I don't feel so good.
Why?
Jimmy.
Oh.
They did Jimmy in. Our favorite guy, Jimmy Fallon.
What?
We literally just met Guillermo at the Dude Perfect show. Guys, we usually talk about, updates to drama. We talk about some pretty fun stuff. We goof around, but honestly, today has been pretty rough. It has been a doozy.
Should I pretend like I don't know?
I
I'll
got
pretend
yeah,
I don't
sure,
know.
okay.
No, what happened?
They literally did Jimmy Fallon in.
No. Why can't we, there's no way. There's just no way that there's no one else who can have a late night show. Like, really. Like, they all have to be Jimmy's. Like, those just happen to be the best guys. Like, no one thought, this is going to get confusing.
Dong!
Oh, what'd he do? I thought he didn't do anything ever.
Dude, Jimmy Fallon, the host of The Tonight Show. Actually, nothing did happen to him. It's just an article that came out. He didn't get, fired or anything. Look, we got new tattoos yesterday.
Aww.
Mine shoots lasers out of his eyes.
Like a bear on a little balloon.
The Rolling Stone, cancel culture at its finest, is trying to take Jimmy Fallon out because he was mean to some people. Dude, come on. You're really telling me that the guy who does celebrity impressions, best celebrity singing impressions with Ariana Grande, you think he's a bad guy?
Yeah, what? He's so funny. He can't be a bad guy. He's so funny with it, though.
Yeah, I know.
So why would he do something bad if he's really funny? And look at that smile.
Oh,
look at that face. Look at that finger. Oh, boo, 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 boo.
So here's the thing. We got to tell you guys about this Jimmy Fallon controversy because he is in hot water right now. Chaos, comedy, and crying rooms inside Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show. And it's about how 16 current and former staffers say that Jimmy Fallon's erratic behavior spoiled their dream of working on The Tonight Show. That's exactly it, though. It's a dream that they even got the job. So they should just be happy that they got a job with the Jimmy Fallon.
As so many people dream of this job. So what if he freaks out at you? So what if he screams and cries? So what if he shows up drunk every day? It's not your problem.
He's Jimmy Fallon. He's put more happiness into the world than most of us. Not me. Basically, I read through this article this morning, and a lot of it is very similar to how the intro of the Idol Rolling Stone expose article was, where you get into some more specifics later down in the article. But it doesn't really get as bad as the Idol, definitely. It wasn't good, though, of course. The workplace environment does not seem fun over there. It seems like a bad apple. And then they had to do a Zoom call where he apologized. But let's talk about what he actually did, okay? Oh my god, I just made a joke about this, and they have it up here as a freaking embed. I never even saw this when I was reading it on my computer. Yeah, I don't think she seems like a great apple.
What is it? Why is everyone a piece of crap ever nowadays? Can we just talk about that for a second? It's like every single famous person, piece of crap.
Just pisses me off.
Can we fix it? There's got to be something we can do as a society to make sure that this stops happening to people.
Everyone said that all these people walked on eggshells, especially the showrunners. You never knew which Jimmy you were going to get. Were you gonna get Kimmel? Were you gonna get Fallon, or were you gonna get Corden? Am I right?
Oh, yes.
What about Jimmy Dean?
There's too many.
But they basically say they didn't know what Jimmy they're gonna get. Whatever. One former employee said they had their first anxiety attack while working at the show and were put on anti-anxiety medication for the first time. Another employee says they felt physical ramifications of their declining mental health, like their hair thinning and weakened nail beds. 4 other employees say they are in therapy because of their experiences. 3 people say they experienced suicidal ideation as a result of the working environment. So it says Rolling Stone contacted more than 50 Tonight Show employees, and after reaching out to representatives for Fallon and NBC, Rolling Stone reached out to an additional 30 current and former staffers. And while many of them praised Fallon's immense talent and comedic gifts, not a single one agreed to speak on the record or had any positive things to say about working on The Tonight Show, nor were any of the program's 9 showrunners since 2014 comment about the program's namesake on record. They wouldn't even give statements of support, as is common in the entertainment industry. Now they talk about the Zoom call, whatever, who cares, Ariana Grande.
I forget, there was like one point in the beginning of the article that said within the past 9 years they'd gone through 9 showrunners. Every year, like, no one can last on the show longer than a year with that job. Like, people are continually leaving. The turnover rate for that, I feel like, is insane, and that's a little higher than normal, I feel like.
For a third former employee, it was upsetting and confusing to get fired without receiving any reason, especially since they were a longtime employee who had come over to The Tonight Show after spending years working for Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. The employee says they were never given any warnings or negative feedback about their work. I ended up talking to the HR person later on the phone, and she was like, yeah, I've never seen anything like this. I don't know why you're being let go. You didn't do anything wrong. I've never seen somebody get fired for no reason.
Wait, so what's the Late Night Show with Jimmy Fallon? Like, what's the difference between that and the Tonight Show?
Okay, so NBC has a bunch of night shows that are lined up, but one is obviously on primetime TV, you know what I'm saying? Like, one's the best spot. And so the Tonight Show always got the best spot. Late Night with Jimmy Fallon would usually come on after the Tonight Show.
So he has 2 different shows at the same time.
No. He was on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, and he got promoted to be the host of the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon. And then who took over for Late Night? Seth Meyers.
Why wouldn't they just, like, move Late Night with Jimmy?
Because the name The Tonight Show is a historical show. Like, it's their biggest show that is at a specific set, and it's as a specific, you know, it's different. It's a higher budget thing, and when they switch over a new host, they went from Leno to Conan, then they kicked Conan out and put Leno back, and then they put Fallon in after that. There's a lot of drama behind the scenes with that stuff. The Tonight Show has been a toxic workplace for years, far outside the boundaries of what's considered normal in the high-pressure world of late-night TV. They say the ugly environment behind the scenes starts at the top with Fallon's erratic behavior and is trickled down to its ever-changing leadership teams. They don't know how to say no to Jimmy. Former employees described The Tonight Show as a tense and pretty glum atmosphere, with some alleging they were belittled and intimidated by their bosses, including Fallon himself. Employees described being afraid of Fallon's outbursts and unexpected inconsistent behavior. 7 former employees say their mental health was impacted by their alleged experiences working at Tonight Show. These staffers say it was commonplace to hear people joking about wanting to kill themselves, and that they would refer to guest dressing rooms in the office as crying rooms because that's where they would go to let out their emotions when they were upset with their alleged mistreatment. Former staffers who spoke to Rolling Stone requested anonymity out of fear of retaliation. They worked in a range of positions on the show, from production crew members to office staffers and in the show's writer's room. Many of the former staffers say that they left the show because of their mental health, blah, blah, blah. Boring.
Especially late night TV, you have very, very little to choose from. There's probably like less than 300 jobs total in the whole industry. And some people, like, seriously, their lives,
That's all they want to do.
It's all they want to do is work on late night TV. They love it. They grow up watching it. They just love it. They just want to work with their idol. I went to high school with people who, like, idolized Jimmy Fallon. I went to college with people who, like, I took a class in late night TV. Like, people wanted to do this so badly. It's all you want sometimes. And then you get here, and all of a sudden, Jimmy's throwing a tantrum every day. I would freak out. How do you not go crazy? Like, imagine that's your dream that you're working towards your whole life, and then you get there.
Dude, one of the showrunners, this Granite Biederman, I forgot her first name, but she was like the really awful one that people keep talking about, who said like racist things to employees and was just like super awful. This person said, mentally, I was in the lowest place in my life. I didn't want to live anymore. I thought about taking my own life all the time. Another employee said they lost 20 pounds during their time working under this showrunner, and it felt like they were on edge all the time, and they cried themselves to sleep every night. And then, yeah, it says common knowledge that Fallon's temperament, mood, and treatment of staffers is erratic. They say they've witnessed Fallon snap at crew members, express irritation over the smallest of things, and berate and belittle staffers out of frustration. 3 former employees said that he berated them in front of other colleagues and crew members. One employee says, depending on Fallon's mood, they felt like his notes and feedback could be passive-aggressive, personal insults as opposed to constructive criticism. They say he would write comments like, "Are you okay? Seriously? Do you need help?" Rolling Stone reviewed photos of the employee's alleged notes from Fallon that read, quote, "Ugh, lame. What is going on with you? You've outdone yourself." The same employee says Fallon would also send combative emails, one of which was reviewed by Rolling Stone, to certain staffers if he was dissatisfied with their work. Isn't that crazy? Imagine writing shit down. Like, you're Jimmy Fallon, dude. Someone's going to show that to someone else. But, like, to him, he's probably like, oh, before people are going to find out that I'm a piece of shit, I'm just going to fire this person and no one will ever want to work with them in the industry again.
It's crazy, too, because the sad thing is, like, so many people want to stay anonymous because despite all of this, the repercussions of getting fired from a job like this, it's going to be impossible to get a job on any other late night show because now Jimmy Fallon's going to put in a bad word for you. But I wonder...
Off the Falcon. They're the worst bosses I've ever had in my life. They use that position of power to bully and treat the staff that way. And the network was aware of how they treat people, one former employee says. They not only continue to enable it, but they reward it. Just absolute freaks. I mean, what do they think they have that gives them the right to talk about Mr. Fallon that way? He gave us literally carpool karaoke. Nope, that wasn't him.
He gave us what's in my bag?
With that one music channel that just like interviews musicians. What if we did a fake one of those?
This is a record over here that I picked up that I've had on digital for a while.
Hurry!
Dude, what the hell? Why are we going slow-mo?
Why is this the most replayed part?
I don't know. Looks like a butthole. I guess I'm just bummed because I thought Fallon was a perfect dude.
Yeah. So it's like, how dare you treat your employees this way when you yourself are gonna have to, I don't know, figure something else out. It's like no one cares. Like
Fallon's not gonna have to figure something else out. He's on a game show now.
That's really?
Yeah, he's the host of That's My Jam on NBC. Obviously, everyone knows that one. I mean, we're all biased. We're YouTubers.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know what? I'm not biased about.
JoJo Siwa?
In my JoJo Siwa video, I talked about the Eminem JoJo Siwa, and I literally just clicked to a random episode of That's My Jam, and she's there doing her Eminem impression. That was awful.
Come on, he doesn't sound like that.
What is going on? There's Jimmy.
This
Look,
just sounds like
he's an elusive creature.
he's such an elusive
Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy, I'm Carl Weezer. That's my Carl Weezer impression. I just came up with it.
And I'm Sheen. Remember that guy?
Yeah, Sheen Estevez. We all know him.
Oh, is that his last name?
Yeah, Sheen Estevez.
Okay.
Thanks for watching the video.
Lil Durk worked with Morgan Wallen.
No, Lil Durk spoke on people working with him, and I think he was saying that people need to work with him more. Like, he was like, oh, guys, he didn't mean to say the N-word, like...
We was chopping it up. He was telling me, like, he got the little situation going on. He was like, when it's the right time. And I just reached back out to him, like, let's just do it. I'm saying, I hung out with him. I just felt the vibe and felt the genuine love from him. Like, nah, he just made a mistake. He's not a racist. You know what I'm saying?
You dropped the N-bomb?
Yeah.
Did that ever make you feel some type of way after you seen that video or from him?
See, it's like he kind of told me already before I even seen the video. And I just asked him, like, shit, how you really feel? Like, do you really feel like that? I'm like, you just tell me the truth. And he really just broke it down to me, like, you drunk, mistake. Everybody made mistakes.
I wonder why he would say that to Lil Durk. He's like, yeah, you know, he didn't make any excuses. He said he was drunk. It was a mistake. It's like, dude, wake up, buddy. You're Lil Durk. Of course he's going to tell you that. Maybe if you were Lil Dicky, he wouldn't say so much, you know? Anyways, I gotta finish the Starfield mission. I'm trying to, so guys, people love when I do these spiels at the end of the video, you know? I'm trying to do this mission right now where there's these Earth colonizers from 200 years ago that left Earth and they're trying to colonize on a planet. Found this planet, and I find their ship, and they're like, dude, we have been in this ship for 200 years. We came from Earth, and I'm like, you really don't know. There's like a lot more going on, you know? Like a lot of other planets, a lot of other people. They're like, oh my gosh, we want to like settle here. Because they don't have a jump gravity drive. They flew for 200 years. We could go through black holes. So then I'm like, okay, you want to settle on this planet? And they're like, yeah, I want to settle right there. And I was like, that's
right there.
I was like, that's a resort on a planet. And they're like, well, we have the papers. We have the rights to go here. And I'm like, yeah, you have the papers from 200 years ago, but I can't let you go down on the resort. Go down on the resort. So I go down there and I ask them, and I'm like, hey, there's humans that want it. They're like, no, they can't come here. And I was like, that's fair, honestly, because like you were here first, right? Am I getting too political with that, you think? Anyways, I talked to them. They're like, no, they can come here, but they have to pay. I'm like, okay. I go back up to them. They're like, we don't have money. I'm like, you have to, but they can't jump light years away. So it's like, this is the only planet they found for a minute, and they're running out of resources. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, the debt falls on my hands. I'm like, okay, you need these resources, and you can go there, blah, blah, blah. They're like, we don't have it. I'm like, dude, we'll go down there, worry about it. I don't know why I get dragged into these things, because it's just like, I want to help, but it always comes back to me covering the check. And it's like, Holgrana Bolt Fist is not going to settle for that, you know? I work really hard. I have 70,000 credits. It takes about double that to buy like even a decent ship, and I'm running out of time, you know? I got to get my crew together, and but yeah, you know, I stopped doing that mission for a while because I got to go work on some other shit, work on some other stuff that's a little more important. There's another planet that I'm trying to get artifacts on so I can get some cool shit, you know? Yeah, what about you?
Nothing crazy, really. I'm just reading this book lately. I've been reading a lot lately. It's kind of just my thing. I'm reading this book called Little Monsters by someone. Forget her name, but it's pretty good. So yeah, I've just been reading a lot of crap. It's kind of just boring, you know. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm reading on the natural light. Like, no one wants to hear about that. Like, Holgrana Bolt Fist is way more fun to talk about.
No, totally not. You probably have so much cool stuff to talk about. Anyways, I've been going to some different planets. I think that's it. We should play them let's play a snippet of a song that we've been working on. I am not Dancer, I am not Dixon. I would kill Reagan, I would kill Nixon. I cannot say that, I go to prison. Jesus is Savior, Jesus is risen. Anyways, that's the video. Shout out to Jimmy. Hey guys, I'm going on tour for Dev's tour. We're playing music for Dev Lemons. I'm gonna play drums. Dev is gonna be the person that's doing the songs. And we start in about a couple weeks. So devlemons.net, you could get some tickets, and you know, come see us in person 3D.
I wrote a song with the Plain White Tees.
Red flags, way too many red flags.
Like, she's like, oh my god, my boyfriend sucks. That's my best friend. I'm like, oh god, I hate this guy. Come on, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Man, I was going to do something so funny in this video. I was prepared. I walked in, everyone was telling me. They were like, do something funny. We brought you here to do something funny in your shot. I get in, the director's like, yeah, how about you act sad? Everyone was nice. Everyone seriously on the set, like every single person was so nice and funny. Like this was such a fun video to be a part of. Like I was having a blast on there. I just started doing this bit where I was acting like I was the director. I walked around like, good job everyone.
Anyways, guys, my music video comes out in a week. Tour starts in a couple weeks. I don't know, like a lot of stuff is coming out soon. Sorry I couldn't get a video up today. I couldn't think of anything funny enough to talk about on the second channel.
Funny.
And so, and I was just tired. But watch, oh yeah, Dev has a video out with both of us. You could watch that like right now. I'll put it on the end, on the box, on the screen.
Yeah.
You should check out that video. We are talking about Christian music parody songs, Christian parodies of songs. And I think you guys would love it, so Let's do an outro with our theme song. Same drugs no more. We don't do the same no drugs no more. See ya.
The bunker bed.
Bye.
Oh, bye.